Aloha, it's Christy with the Scrap-alicious Applique channel. This is video 2 of my series on doing prepared edge applique my way. And the second video is to help you with fabric selection and backgrounds to make them more interesting and for your applique to have more depth. We're going to be using the sunflower block that I designed for this series. You can click on the link below and print this pattern out and join me. But for today, we're going to learn all about fabric. Hi, it's Christy. I'm back. So you've probably already printed out the scrappy sunflower quilt block pattern on the link below the video. Here's the back side of the pattern, and then there's the pattern itself for the flower and the ladybug. So the first thing you'll need to do is sew your background together. Pick out, you can use whatever colors you like. I chose to use light blue. And so I chose 3 light blues that have light, kind of a light medium, a medium, and a little darker. So it makes more interest and depth. So when you cut out the squares for these, you will have the 4 colors for the background of one section of the flower. And go ahead and make 4 of these background blue pieces, and it will be the same for each of your block. And you can put them in different orders. These don't have to be in the same order. You can do whatever order you like. It can all be as scrappy as you want it to be. You could even do these a different blue that complements these blues. I just did this because it was quick and easy for making this example to show you. So on backgrounds, that's why I do it. I like the depth and the warmth and the charm that mixing the values gives you. If you do a background that's just plain white, it doesn't have any depth. It's just a one-dimensional look. There are some times where a plain background works really well in your album quilts that have a lot of tiny little pieces and you don't want the distracting colors behind it. So there are times when that works, but I used it in my Baltimore Halloween. I used a little bit more color in my background with a little bit of a print. This one's way too pale for something that I would use, but that's just an example of how it washes out. Here's some quilts that I've done in the past. Here I have even a little print snuck in, different color light pinks pieced in the back. There's a plaid and a flower and little polka dots, and different little prints are in the background behind these flowers. And it just makes it so charming. I just absolutely love it. Here I played with stripes on the flowers instead of just doing all pink or all yellow. I played with stripes, so that was a lot of fun. On this one here, I pieced together the pink values behind the reds. So I even have some beiges in there with a little print, and you can see the little polka dot and just little shades that are just very shaded values of red in behind here, and made it really, really nice. Sorry about the car noise. I'm on a street here. People are headed home. And then behind this one, I did different blues again. Here's kind of a white that I mixed in with the different blues. And that looked really good with the colors of the fruits on top. This chicken quilt that I did, it was all pieced beiges and tans behind here. And then they did a dark tan for the arch. And that was really nice. I really liked that because it really made the chicken stand out, but gave it depth and interest. So play with your backgrounds on your color, and it's a lot of fun. Some books that are really helpful that I really like and I refer to all the time is this Designing Quilts by Suzanne Tessier Hammond. I think I got it secondhand off of Amazon for pretty inexpensive. I don't know what year she printed this, 1994. But what I like about it is she talks about the darks and the medium darks and mediums and medium light and clear light. And then she talks how she uses those different values in her quilts. And then she talks about prints that she likes to collect to give interest. But this is a very interesting book. I refer to it a lot, and it's really nice to have when talking about value. The other book I really like is Color Play. It just came out. It's the second edition by Joan Wolfram. If you can see that, Joan Wolfram. But this is a fantastic book. She talks about transparency and luminosity and depth and other things. And her charts that she gives in here are really great at the back of the book. So she'll talk about the different shades of yellows and things that are complemented. Let's see, greens, different types of greens, what complements greens, magenta, cool blue greens, and then she's got the purples and different shades of purples, fuchsia. She gets into the reds and the oranges and the blues and things that complement them. It's just fantastic. I refer to this quite a bit, and it's just very, very, very good book. If you're uncomfortable with color and want to get more comfortable with using color, this is a really, really great book. Okay, so we showed you the 4 blues that I picked out that go for my background. And then for the flowers, the sunflowers, I picked out some yellows and oranges that I had in my stash here at the winter home from doing my log cabin sandals quilt that you saw in my introduction video for doing the borders on that one. Here's how it comes out. So all of these colors just work really nicely with the blue because they're complementary colors, the blue and the yellow. So when you put them together, you get this depth to your flower to have all the different shades. If you like doing them all the same color, go for it. Sometimes that looks fabulous and maybe that's the look you want. I have done that also where they're all the same color. But in this particular one, I really wanted to get scrappy. So I just wanted to show you how that is. And in the center, I wanted something that looked like sunflower seeds. So I just found this Aboriginal print that I had that had the sunflower seeds. Is this Aboriginal or is this something else? It's called Effervescence by, I don't know who it's by. I just really like the texture. Because I do a lot of applique, I do tend to buy my colors with a little bit of texture in them. So when I see a great texture like this, I grab half yard to a yard of it and put it in my fabric stash. I do it by color. So this is really a great fabric. So that was fun to put in the center. And then on the greens, that's that one. It just fell in the trash can. The green ones, I wanted some greens that would go with this. Lime green, would not work. It would be too out of place. So I wanted some softer greens that had some depth and richness to them to contrast with the yellow. So I picked out this one that's kind of variegated, but then when I picked out my pieces, I picked out, the spotted, because that went really well against this green. This one also has varied depth in it. And then the blue works because the blue works with the background in the blue squares. And then this green is a little darker. So you have dark, medium, kind of medium light, and lighter, and then a lighter one. This has some little gold in it, add a little sparkle. This one also has some gold in it. So I mix my prints, I mix my batiks. I've never been afraid to do that. Some people don't like to mix batiks and prints, but I mix them all the time. Do I have batiks over here? This one's a batik, this one here. And that one looks like it is, but it isn't. So anyway, so that's kind of what I do. I refer back to those books I mentioned to kind of look at complementary colors to the yellow and the green, but we all know that yellow and green go together. They're primary colors. And so just play with that and have a lot of fun. You don't have to do the same colors I'm doing. You could decide to do a totally different colored flower and background. So it'll be really fun to see what people come out with. So have fun putting together your background blocks, and we will see you in the third video to talk about the pattern and doing your overlays, different ways you can do that, and other things. So we'll see you in the next video.